What's up, fuckers? It's your favorite fur fag Exali here. Today I'm going to show you how to set up amalgam because apparently nobody uses their fucking brain and learns how to do things simply. So first things first, I'm going to show you how to make a third person body. You're probably thinking this is really difficult, but no, my little pea-brained peon, this is pretty easy. So first you go here, you go to the fucking name, you type in third person, you set it to toggle because who the fuck holds their third person key, and you pick a keybind, you press the plus and it shows up here. This little eye right here, basically this will make it show up on your screen or not. So if you click this and you go right here, you can see it won't show up on your screen. But if you turn the eye on and you turn off the menu, you can see it shows your bind list. That basically makes it so that it'll show up in your bind list or not, like on screen. Anyway, you want to click on the pencil and then go to visuals and then misc. And you want to scroll down to third person. And that's all you really need to do unless you want to add different distance and whatever the fuck else. But you want to click that and then there you go. You got third person. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to show you how to do is set up an auto shoot keybind with double tap. This is going to get a little bit crazy, so I need you to pay attention because I'm not going to repeat myself. So first you want to go up here, name your name your bind, name your fucking bind. Like, this is pretty simple. You set your bind, name it, whatever the fuck, click the plus. Click the pencil, go to aimbot, set your aim type to silent because why not? And you want to turn on auto shoot. So you turn this shit off, then you go to your settings again, and now we're going to set up the double tap. So you name it DT, set it to a hold, click the parent and set it to your auto shoot, set the bind and set it to the same as your auto shoot and click plus. So now you have a DT bound to your auto shoot keybind, like your aim key. So you want to click the pencil on your DT, you want to go here, turn on double tap and anti-warp. Basically anti-warp is always going to be on, so just like set it on for only the DT. So you want to go here, turn it off like for normal, and then go into the DT and turn on anti-warp. So now you can see whenever I hold the keys, they happen at the same time. So like if I turn them on in the thing, you see only auto shoot is showing up in the thing, but once I hold DT, it shows up. And you're probably wondering like, oh, why is it like that? Why is it always white when it should only be white when you're holding the key? I don't fucking know. That's just how amalgam works. But what I do know is that basically it's parented so that it'll only happen when you're holding your key. So next I'm going to show you how to set up a recharge. So you want to go in, set your fucking name. This shouldn't be anything new. Set your DT recharge, set it to the key, set it to the auto shoot parent and click plus. It's not that hard. So then you want to click on the pencil once again, go to HVH, and you want to set the recharge button. So now whenever you hold your aim key, you can see in the top left, they all turn on at the same time. So if I was to go over here, you can see I'm instantly double tapping. Now, something else you can do if you don't want your recharge to be on the same key as your aim key, maybe you're trying to only use DT at certain times. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to make a separate bind for it that's not parented under the auto shoot. So set it up the exact same way, except for the key, you choose something other than that key. So I'm going to choose R for my recharge, and then click the pencil, click the R, and then I'm going to go over here to my visuals and go to menu, and we're going to turn on ticks so that we can actually see our DT ticks. So I'm going to go over here and double tap the medic. And you can see that my ticks are actually now empty. And if I hold R, then we fully recharge. If you don't want your DT key to be on the same thing, I recommend setting it to a separate key the way I have it set up in the menu here. It's just going to make it way easier for you. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to set up a warp. Again, warp is pretty fucking easy. So name it. You set it. I would say put it to hold on or put your warp on a toggle because you're going to forget that that shit's on. You can low IQ rat. And you want to click the plus, click the pencil. Same fucking section. You go to the warp. And you need your ticks for this, so make sure you recharge. And then, yeah, that's it. That's how you warp. It's pretty easy. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to do class-specific options. So go to Sniper AA. So we're going to name it Sniper AA, and then we're going to class, and we're going to set it to Sniper. Click the plus like always. And if you just want the AA to turn on while you're playing this class, what you can do is you can just click the pencil, aimbot, HVH, go down here and start building your AA. So we'll just make some shitty fucking anti-aim that would never be good. Do fucking spin offset, I guess. I don't know. Shall turn off. Then click this. You see we have an anti-aim for sniper, but if we go back to like scout, we don't have that anti-aim, so it's class specific to sniper. Now that's just if you want it to be only for when you swap to said character, but I'm going to show you how to set it up so that you can set it to a bind. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is first you're going to make that class basically bind. So again, we're going to go here, sniper, and we're just going to call it AA. We're going to click the plus. And now what you're going to do is you're going to immediately make another bind. And I guess you could call it AA as well. And then I like to set my AA toggles to a double click, but this is just me personally. Once again, you're going to click the parent, set it to sniper, and then the key, I'm going to set it to like F1. So now you can see it toggling on and off. Or you can because I'm a fucking retard. You double click it, you see in the top left, it's turning on and off. So we're going to click the pencil and then go back to these settings, turn on the AA. Let's do like, why that's on. Let's do edge, fucking negative T overlap, and then close that, and then we double click it. And you can see we have an AA now. And this AA will only apply to sniper. So if we go to scout, double click it, see it's on, but it won't work. But if we go back to sniper, see it's toggling on and off. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to set up a visual config because once again, this is one of those things that people just don't know how to do for some odd reason. So first you want to go to your visuals and start off in the ESP tab. Now this is pretty fucking simple. If you don't know what ESP is, I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to punch you in your fucking throat. But you want to turn on players and then go over here. I like to turn on relative colors just because it's easier to set up enemy and team colors. And we're going to set the enemy color to like fucking to this color, whatever the fuck this color is. Next, we're going to go right here where it says player and we're going to turn on enemy ESP, local ESP, prioritize friends and party. So enemy is obviously your fucking enemies. Local is yourself. Prioritize is anybody that you add a tag to, so like the cheater tag. Basically they'll also have ESP. Friends is obviously your fucking friends and party is your party. So we're gonna turn on name. I don't use boxes, so I'm not a faggot. We're gonna turn on health bar, Uber bar, class icon. Turn on what their priority is, labels, buffs, debuffs, misc. That's about it. That's all I need. So now we're going to go to chams. I'm going to show you how I like to set up my chams. So we're going to go to enemy, players, turn that shit on. Now, a lot of people don't know how this works for some odd reason. Again, this is one of those things. I don't know how you don't know how this works. It's pretty fucking simple. So I'm going to go to Fresnel, and you can see it puts this like crazy fucking glow on them. I'm actually go get that color that I put for the enemies. So I'm going to copy this, go here, click on the little color box next to whatever material you turned on, and you just put it on. And now you can see he's like pretty bright fucking blue. You can mess around with like the opacity if you want it to be like less harsh, but I want it to be bright. And then the occluded material, that basically means if they're behind walls. So if they're behind walls, you won't see this. So if I go behind a wall over here, you can't see it, but out in the open, you can see them. So I'm also going to build my chams out for myself. So you can see all I have is the local ESP. So we're going to turn on the local chams. And then I'm going to set this to like a darker color, probably like about like red. Go to Fresnel. I'll put it like on a type of color. It's a little bit. You can see I have my own chams now. Again, you can only see this in like third person. But you could also turn this on. If you don't want to have just local chams, you can turn it on for your friends and your party. I like to have local chams now. I'm in third person a lot. So the next thing we're going to look at is the fake angles. Again, pretty explanatory. It's your anti-aim. So if we go here and we turn off original, turn on flat, and we like lower the transparency. When I go and anti-aim, you can see my fake and my. So the white one is obviously my fake. Sorry. And it just makes it easier to tell where your head is on your anti-aim. It's, again, pretty self-explanatory. So now we're going to go over to the glow tab. So this is basically how you add like the outlines to people. So you could add like a stencil scale that's like pretty small, or what you can do is you can turn the like all the way up and it looks pretty fucking sick. I'm not going to lie. I'm gonna put the blur to about 3 or 4. Put it on a. The same blur can also be added to you as well, so you could blur on yourself. Basically, if you want to change the color on your glow, you go over here to your local color and you change that shit. Pretty fucking easy. Same thing can be done for your fake angles as well. So if I turn on my fake angles, you can see it kind of has a blur now. If I actually add a color to it. Let's backtrack. I'm a fucking retard, huh? Yeah, there you go. You can see it has like a color now. Like a, I don't like to have glow on my fake angles, but if you're into that, bro, you can do that. So for the miscellaneous, this is where like all your extra shit is. So if you like to post videos, you can turn on streamer mode so that you don't get fucking banned like a retard. You can turn on chat tags. These are kind of useless, but if you want to have them, you can. Field of view, zoom field of view. Basically, that's how when you're zoomed in as sniper, you don't go into the like super zoomed in FOV that you have. That's how you get your shit looking like this. You basically combine that with the scope removal and the screen overlays. And the aspect ratio, that basically just changes the aspect ratio of your game. You can get fucking Fortnite Season 5 stretched resolution if you want. Basically, down here, this is how you do like the dev texture shit. You see a lot of people with like the dev textures and like the world modulation. This is how you do it. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain to you how to do this. It's pretty simple. You click on the button, you click on the dev textures, and then if you want to have like a custom sky or a custom world, let's turn on world modulation and sky modulation. And I would go to world, and then let's say I want the world to be that same blue color, but like a little more muted, I guess. So we'll just go in here, make it a little less blue, but blue enough to notice. And you do the same thing for sky. You go to the sky, set it to your color, and then you just mess around with it. But I want it to be that dark blue. And then you have like a skybox changer. You can just set the sky to any maps like skybox. I like to use the where is it, the harvest one. Yeah, I like to use harvest 01. And then right here, this is like one of those features that's just supposed to be like stupid. So you can turn on the mods right here under ragdolls, and you can do like ragdoll effects. So you could do like different effects from different types of weapons, or like turn them into gold or ice. But what you can also do is you can change the ragdoll force. So if we put it to 10, and let's say I switch to like scout soda popper, you can see the ragdolls fly a lot harder than like they normally